Welcome to Immersion Series. My name is Sayuri, and this is Laila, and this is Paolo. Thanks for being with us, and thank you for participating. Throughout the series, we will be making a lot of raw food recipes, which works for everyone. Which works for the kids, which works for the elders, and including all the people who is skeptical to anything to do with raw food, raw words. For this episode, we are gonna make nut milk and the Chia Polish. Something super easy to start, and it can be easily incorporated in your daily life. Okay, and throughout the episode, I'm gonna share why raw through my experience, and also I'm gonna include all the tricks and tips that can make your life and raw food lifestyle exciting and fun. Okay, so how familiar are you with the raw food?
Raw food is something that I've been trying gradually over the last period, and I'm I start to like it more and more, and I want to incorporate more in my life for sure.
Great. And you?
Me too. I've been eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, but I'm not really familiar in making like recipes, so it's exciting to be here and learn.
Okay, it's perfect. I assume that we all heard of You Are What You Eat. Have you? Of We Are What You Eat.
Oh yeah.
And it means we become of the energy of the food that we eat. So we eat energy, and we exchange the energy through the food. Once I was eating a lot of tofu, way back when I was cooking in a vegan restaurant in Japan. And I didn't become tofu, luckily, but I became the energy of the food. I took on the quality of tofu, I would say. I was very white and soft and wobbly, and I was very flexible, but I didn't have a core energy, physically and mentally and emotionally. Anyway, I'm equally interested in You Are What You Think. I believe we create our thought create your reality and everything around us. Your thought is very powerful, and it's like a seed. It becomes your emotions and feelings, and that becomes your words that you speak. It becomes the action that you take, and that becomes how you perceive the world as your reality. And if so, what makes you to think positive way, or what makes you to think to create? What makes you to think positive way to create your positive outlook of your life?
I hope food will bring that aspect.
Food, yeah, of course, because we are doing food. There is, everything. The thought is the result of your whole life experience, including past life. But yes, like you said, the food that we eat 3 times a day might have a big influence in the thought, possibly rather significantly. Yeah? And if the food affects our thought, therefore who you are, then what food do you want to become?
Very healthy food.
Yeah. And you?
Fruit, yeah.
Happy food, good one.
If I eat something heavy or like cooked when it's like here in Bali, when it's hot, I feel very heavy in my thoughts as well. So I like to eat like radiant living food.
Yeah. I'd like to become a raw chocolate or fresh juicy mango. I would like to become a fresh
Dragon
organic, dragon fruits. And I'd like to become a fresh organic tomato rather than the tomato in the tin. My life will maybe become juicy, pure, highly vibrational, high potent energy of the fresh tomato. Whereas if I keep eating tomato in the tin, I will become Sayuri in the tin. So if I keep eating the tomato in the tin, I will become Sayuri in the tin. I will probably have a concealed energy, maybe not have much of things to share with others, or I might not be integrated with myself and things around us. So raw, living, fresh, organic or wild-grown fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds and seaweed, when those are prepared with love and care, with minimum processing, without overheated, under 118 Fahrenheit or 48 Celsius as a guideline, they contain higher vibrational energy and the light called biophoton. That's electrical energy, and that's the life force. And all the living beings, including trees and plants, me and you, fish in the pond, all the tiny little things, bacteria, fungi, and then we all giving off the energy by the cellular chemical reaction to produce energy. That is the biophoton, whereas dead food doesn't have that light. And that is the biggest reason why I eat predominantly in this way. The light that I would like to have more of the light, so that potentially I become more of the light. Although we are all made of light, but maybe I can be the shine of my light, or of my individual uniqueness of who I am. And I really believe that is the true purpose of here and now for individual, for everyone. Okay, and having said that, 100% raw is not my goal, and neither the raw food itself never be my goal. Never be my goal. It can be just a tool. Just like yoga, meditation, singing, dancing, music, everybody has their own tool to achieve something, or to bring yourself in the higher potential, or to in tune with yourself and with nature and everything around you, and with others. So it's just a food, but it's very powerful too. It can be, and I'm very much interested in that, how the food, the relationship to the food, or how your attitude to the food, or the way you eat. It tells you so many things, and it's actually the reflection of who you are, and how you relate with others, how you relate with yourself. So that's kind of my introduction of raw food. And in this episode, I would like to share the nut milk and Chia Polish. So let's get started to make nut milk. Have you made nut milk, Paolo? Before? Have you drink
yes,
nut milk?
I drink nut milk. Yeah,
What
before.
kind of nut milk have you tried?
Yeah, coconut
Coconuts.
milk, and
Yes.
almond milk.
And almond milk. I usually make a coconut milk in this island in Bali because it's abundant. But today I prepare the almond because that's kind of something that it's easy to buy anywhere in the country, I assume. Okay, so basically nuts and seed, grains and legumes has to be soaked for a certain duration before using. And that's the first things that you need to do, and that could be intimidating for if you are new to raw food. Okay, but it's okay. It's gonna come naturally. You'll get to use it. Okay, so the almond has been soaked overnight. It can be for 8 to 12 hours, but I usually soak overnight in the fridge. And the reason why we have to soak all the nuts and seed, there is many reasons, but the biggest reason why I soak them is because of the light energy that I just spoke about. The enzyme or life force or light energy that they have need to be activated because it's like they are sleeping if you don't soak, because they don't sprout, you know, if you don't soak. And by soaking, it starts germinate, and then the life force and enzyme, and that's all become available, easily available for us. Okay, so that's the biggest reason why we soak nuts and seed. There is another reason. It will help us to intake the minimum of phytic acid, which potentially prevent us from absorbing the certain minerals if we eat too much. Another thing, those nuts and seeds has been stored for a long time, and so you never know what's in there. There might be a lot of unfriendly bacteria, fungi and mold together you might be eating. So it's good to soak and then rinse very well before soaking and after you soaking. Okay? So after you soak the nuts and seeds, this is 1 cup of nuts, and I'm gonna add the 4 cups of fresh water to blend. Okay? And this is the world famous high power machine called Vitamix. There is many other high power blender you can find out there now. It might be the most expensive gadget for the raw food when you start raw food, but this is the first thing you might want to get. Any high power blender that makes your raw food lifestyle, it's more exciting and fun, and everything becomes nice and silky smooth. Yeah, so I recommend to get the high power blender if you're wondering what you want to, what to start. Okay, and I'm gonna start slowly and then bring it all the way up high, and then you might want to hold it for me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so when it's blended very well, this is the nut milk ready, but it has certain texture and it's not smooth. So we're gonna strain it with nut milk bag. Or if you don't have this types of nut milk bag, you can use a cheesecloth or something very fine mesh screen that can be substituted. Okay, and then we're gonna strain, and then we're gonna squeeze it out. Do you want to try? Here you go. You just tie the top, and then yeah, you can squeeze. Yeah, squeezing like cow's milk, maybe. I've never done. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it.
Looks like it. I'm surprised.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So this one, this leftover, we call it nuts pulp. It's a almond pulp. We're not gonna throw it away. It's very precious actually. We can make many things like bread, cakes, cookies and biscuit, crackers. Usually if you have that little amount, we're gonna put it in the freezer. And whenever you need to make bread or many things, you can just defrost and make it. Or if you have dehydrator, you can also dehydrate it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it away, and I'm gonna pour the milk in here. Ow, 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 ow. And would you like to try?
Please. It's very appetizing.
Okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you. It's delicious and sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Wow, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
It's much thicker than expected.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
the consistency of it. I feel like a cream
Mm-hmm.
almost.
Yeah, you can always adjust the thickness, you know, by the quantity that you put, the quantity of the water that you put. Okay, so we are going to make a Chia Polish using this nuts milk. Okay, have you made Chia Polish? Have you tried Chia Polish?
I've eaten definitely, but not made it.
Okay, it's actually super easy. If I'm making for myself or for 2 people, I would use the small jar, and I'm just gonna shake it. If you are making for the big quantity, you need a big bowl and to use the whisk to mix. But let's try the small quantity. So basically, you're gonna put everything that you need except for the liquid. So I'm putting the chia seed and a little bit of goji berry, just to add the super food, to incorporate the superfood in the, daily food, daily breakfast. This is the ideal breakfast, I would say, because chia it gives you the strength and sustainable energy. It's very easy to digest, and it's got the complete protein. It's got the best source of omega-3 and 6 in the great balance. Okay, I'm gonna make a little bit of a cinnamon cardamom flavor to call it Chia Polish. Okay, and I am gonna put a little bit of vanilla. If you like, you can put some sweetener. This is raw coconuts nectar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very luxury to have raw nectar. Okay, and then that's all we need, and I'm just gonna put the milk. Okay, that's it. And then you will be shaking a little bit, and then I like to leave it in the fridge for overnight. Okay, and then it will become nice and wobbly porridge consistency. But you can eat it in 1 hour. It will be ready. It's already have a certain consistency. Okay, so let's put in the fridge, wherever it is, and then yes. Okay, here's the one we soaked overnight. Okay, so let's have a taste and see how you like. So it's got a really nice thick consistency. Okay, and I'm gonna put those away. And I will put the little flowers. Okay, buon appetito.
Thank you.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes. Smells beautiful.
Mm.
Wow,
It's good.
super delicious. Wow, the goji berries make really nice taste in
Yeah.
it, and it seems really milky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, this
But-
is a really great way to start the morning.
Delicious.
Yes, it's very definitely worth the wait overnight to wake up to this delicious treat
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
morning.
You can add any flavor that you like. You know, you can put some chocolate.
Yeah.
You can play with different spices.
And the sweetness is beautiful. It tastes very natural and healthy.
Great. Okay, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you in the next episode.